You are about to listen to another episode of That Sports Guys podcast, hosted by Craig Forrestall. Find Craig on Twitter at that_sports_guy. The That Sports Guy podcast is proudly featured by NFL Draft Diamonds, your draft coverage king. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some football talk.
Hello and welcome to another episode of That Sports Guys podcast. I am Craig Forrestall. You might know me from Twitter as at that_sports_guy. And joining us this evening is former South Carolina quarterback Collin Hill. Collin, what's going on with you, man?
Hey, what's up, man? Appreciate you having me.
Hey, likewise. Thanks for making the time to join us this evening. I know you're busy up there in the Nashville area. We'll touch on that in a second. But Collin, everyone's story has a starting point, and yours is no different. What's it like growing up in Roebuck, South Carolina?
It was awesome. I mean, I was born in Ohio, and then we moved when I was really young. So, I mean, that's all I remember. But, I mean, I loved it down there. I grew up in, a great home. I'm the youngest of three. So, I grew up around a ton of sports, going to my siblings' sporting events and all that. But, I loved it living down there, and it's really not too country. I know Roebuck sounds super country, but it's really not. I definitely loved it.
And then I saw you also played some basketball growing up, Collin. What kind of basketball player were you, and what were all the different sports you played growing up?
Yeah, so growing up, like I said, we played a lot of sports. I mean, I played soccer, baseball, football, basketball. I mean, pretty much everything. And then as I got older, I just played like in high school, just football and basketball. So basketball, I was like a two guard. I get rebounds every once in a while, but I pretty much just ran around and shot, man. I could shoot it really well, and that's pretty much what I did. Nothing crazy. Wasn't a big slasher or anything, but was pretty good at spotting up and running off screens and all that stuff.
And now one of your high school teammates was current Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver, JJ Arcega-Whiteside. Can you talk about playing together, the success you all had? And is there one highlight play that you just vividly remember from him?
Man, yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun to play with him. Obviously, he's had a lot of success. He's still with the Eagles now, but we've been playing together for a long time. He's definitely a special player. But it was funny. I was thinking about that. His career was great in high school, and when I was a freshman, I wasn't starting varsity yet, so I just remember being on the sidelines, and we were playing in a big game. And they throw him, just like a 5-yard stop route. And there were two dudes right there on him. And I had already turned and started walking because we got a first down. So I was getting down to where I could see. And then I just hear everybody like start yelling. And he had made two dudes miss, and it was taken off, and he took it like 80 yards to the house. So, I mean, it's just, there are countless memories like that. But that's when I was like, this guy's going to be something pretty special, I think.
And now, Collin, let's go back to you. What was the high school recruiting process like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of had a late start. So I didn't start varsity until I was a junior. But like we talked about, it was nice to have JJ out there, and we had a lot of success. It was really one of those things that they said even if he didn't care if they were double covered, he was like, just give him a chance. So I mean, we had a lot of success though. But I wasn't super highly recruited. I mean, I had a handful of offers to a group of 5 schools. And really when it came down to it, I narrowed it down to Marshall and Colorado State, and ended up going with Colorado State. I knew Coach Bobo when he was at Georgia. They were recruiting me a little bit. And when he got the job at Colorado State, I ended up deciding to go there. But South Carolina came in late once Coach Muschamp got hired there my senior year. But at that time, I had already been committed to Colorado State for a long time and was dead set on graduating early and going there. But yeah, I mean, I definitely wasn't like a highly recruited guy, but I had a handful of offers from some of those Group of 5 schools.
And now, Collin, you faced a few obstacles in your college career. Can you talk about your mindset and determination as you've had to overcome those obstacles as they've arisen?
Yeah, this definitely wasn't the career I thought it was going to be. There's just been so many. It's just been a roller coaster ride, and so yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, there's been some obstacles. So I was starting as a freshman at Colorado State, and I had a torn ACL. So then I ended up missing the rest of that year, and those are just tough. But I think I was really blessed just to have a strong foundation. With a relationship with the Lord, that was first for me. But the people around me were a big deal too. I mean, my teammates were great. We had great trainers, and then family, friends, all that. So I think that definitely plays a huge part in it. And then unfortunately, yeah, I mean, I had 2 more ACL injuries, and so they were tough. I mean, it's not an easy rehab process. It takes a long time, and but like I said, I mean, I had a lot of people in my corner, and there's no way that I'd be here today if it weren't for all those people, whether it was players or trainers, family, whatever it is. I mean, I just had a great support system, and was able just to keep on pushing. I mean, I had a lot of people tell me. They think I should be done, like, after my last one, but I still had a huge desire to play, and so I knew immediately, honestly, after I got hurt, that I wasn't done. I wanted to keep playing, and fortunately, another opportunity arose for me at South Carolina.
And now let's touch on that opportunity with South Carolina. You had the chance to graduate transfer to South Carolina from Colorado State. Collin, take us through, how did the opportunity come about, and was playing for the Gamecocks a childhood dream of yours?
Man, it was an awesome opportunity. So we finished up the 2019 season, and there was a staff change at Colorado State, and I was just coming off surgery, and so I decided, it was time for me to move on. I think that it just was made clear. And so, I decided to move on, enter the portal, and I had a couple of options, but I mean, it was pretty cool how things worked out. I mean, Coach Muschamp called, and that's where my sister actually went. She went to South Carolina, so I grew up going to some of the games. I wouldn't necessarily say I was like a diehard fan or anything, but I followed them, especially when the Connor Shaw and Dylan Thompson and Clowney and all those guys were there when they were really good. So, it was cool to have that opportunity. So really, I mean, once I got that call, it was almost a no-brainer for me. I mean, I was able to come back home. It was an hour and a half from my house, as opposed to, being on the opposite side of the country. And so, as long as it was an open competition, I was good with it. All I wanted was an opportunity to compete, and that's what they said they would give me. And so, I was super excited to be able to go back home for my last year.
And Collin, you possess prototypical size for the quarterback position while limiting your turnovers, but that is only part of who you are as a quarterback. Can you give us a scouting report on your overall game?
Yeah, I think, first of all, I got the size, like you said. I think I've got the ability to make all the throws. I think if you watch the tape, or, what I'm excited for Pro Day is to show that I can do that. I can make all the throws, whatever it is. And then I think another strength is, mentally, I'm able to handle a lot. The offense we ran, there was a lot put on the quarterback, handling stuff at the line of scrimmage, run combos, calling 2 plays and killing to another play. I mean, there was a lot of things that were put on the quarterback, and, I enjoyed it. I was able to handle it all. And I think that's what the next level is like too. And so I think that's a strength. but yeah, I mean, I think that's just like a quick overview of what I think I'm able to do.
And then you also received an invite to the College Gridiron Showcase. Collin, what did it mean to you to have the opportunity to attend the event, and how was the overall experience?
Yeah, I was really excited for that. That was, man, that's crazy. It's probably a month and a half ago now. Time's been flying, but yeah, it was a great event. I really enjoyed it. They said it was a little different, obviously, with COVID this year, but it was a great opportunity to be able to meet with teams, have those interviews, and then just to be able to get on the field. I mean, we were on the field for probably like a 2-hour workout in front of scouts, and so you got to show what you can do in front of them. You got to meet with them, and then they had some other seminars and stuff where you could learn from past players, and there were financial people there too. So overall, it was a great event. It was a really good experience for me, and I think honestly, it was beneficial for me.
And then, Collin, let's move to how you're currently training for the NFL. Can you walk us through what your day-to-day routine is like, or what facilities you're training at?
Yeah, so I'm in Nashville, Tennessee right now, and I'm training at Boost. And so there's probably like 30 guys here. And then for quarterback training, I'm with Quarterback Country. And so basically in the mornings, you get up, have breakfast, and then we'll do some speed work. And then that's not too long, probably an hour, hour and a half. Then I'll meet with the quarterback guys. We'll do some board work, watch film, whatever they have for the day. And then we'll get a quick workout on the field for quarterback stuff, whether it's throwing routes or doing drills. And then we'll eat lunch, and then to finish the day off around 1 or 2 o'clock, get another lift in, and then that's it. Do it again. So we're Mondays through Saturdays, but it's been awesome, man. It's a great group of guys. Love the coaches, love the guys around here. So it's been a lot of fun.
And then, Collin, what are your short-term and long-term football goals?
So right now, I think, obviously main focus right now is just pro day. So short-term, that's all I'm focused on is, putting my script together, making sure that, I feel good about what I'm going to throw, all the drops and all that stuff, and who I'm throwing to. And then make sure I got all the drills down. So I'm ready to test well. But short term, that's definitely just the main focus right now, right? I mean, that's one of the only things we can control in this process. And so you want to put your best foot forward on pro day. But as far as long term goals, this first year, I think my goal is just to make it 53. Be a guy that sticks around on the team, and then eventually is able to see the field. I think as a competitor, you want to play, and so I think that's why everybody's doing what they're doing right now. Everybody's training because you still want to keep playing football. And so, my goal is to be a starter in this league. I know it's going to be different. Everybody's journey is different, but that's what I want to do.
Collin, we spent a good amount of time getting to know you on the field as a player. Now, I have a few questions set up to take us away from the game so we can get to know you away from the field. You ready for those?
I'm ready.
All right. First one. If your life was turned into a TV show, which actors or actresses would play your family members?
This is a great question. So I'll start with my dad. I think my dad would be like a Liam Neeson, kind of like very protective of his family. I think my mom would be like Anne Hathaway, brunette, big smile, super kind. That's totally her. And then my brother would be like Dan Levy. He's hilarious, great guy. And then my sister's definitely Amy Poehler. I think that one was like hands down the most clear pick. She just is super high energy. She's hilarious. She's super passionate about what she does. So, and then my brother-in-law, Chris, is definitely Chris Evans. He reminds me of, we say it all the time, he's like Captain America. He just does everything right. Great guy. He's kind of yoked up. So, I mean, it just kind of makes sense.
Collin, you just found a time machine, and you can either go back 2,500 years ago and be king of a large country, or fast forward 1,500 years and live on a different planet. What's your choice going to be?
I would go be a king in the past. Honestly, the living on another planet kind of freaks me out. I kind of like Earth. I'm good just hanging out here. I don't know about going somewhere else. So I definitely would just be a king back in the day.
What's your dream vacation?
It's a good one. I would have two. I think first would be the Maldives. I've seen like a lot of like pictures, and I've know a few people that have gone. They say it's unbelievable. And so I think the Maldives, I would love to go there. Or I've always wanted to go on like a safari. I would love to see like all the animals just kind of out there in the wild. I mean, I think that would be amazing. So one of those two, I don't know which one, but I think both of those would be a lot of fun.
What's your favorite way to relax after a tough or stressful day?
I really like golf. Which can be weird because I'm definitely not that good, so it can be frustrating. But I think it's a lot of fun. It definitely can help me just relax and get my mind off of stuff. And then if I'm close enough to the beach, I love the beach. Love going to the beach and just kind of resetting. And so, if that's possible, I would definitely go to the beach. But I really like golf just to do something else, just completely reset, and then just get my mind off of whatever's going on.
And the final question that I have for you, Collin, what's a song you're embarrassed to admit you like?
So I would say Big Girls Don't Cry by Fergie. That's a song that when I came out, I was really little. And so me and my best friend, that was like our favorite song. We would listen to it before any sporting game we had. Like we listened to it all the time. And so then it's pretty funny. He got married about a year ago. And so I was in his wedding. And so, of course it came on at the reception and we were going nuts, but it's definitely something I'm not proud of, but I think it's a great song.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is former South Carolina quarterback Collin Hill. As he said, he's pushing himself Monday through Saturday up in the Nashville area, whether it's in the gym or on the field, getting his speed work and quarterback work in. As he told you, he's focused on his main goal, which is cracking a 53-man roster here in the very near future. Once again, that's former South Carolina quarterback Collin Hill. I'm Craig Forrestall. Until next time, stay safe and be easy. Hey everybody, Craig Forrestall. Thanks for tuning in and listening to another episode of That Sports Guys podcast. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at @that_sports_guy to catch all the latest updates and podcast episodes. Until next time, stay safe and be easy.